It's 2:30 in the morning here. It's April the 14th, 2015. And I've been showing the Larry Flint, the Hustler endorsement because he was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, while I was doing a book, MD License to Kill, about mind control and programming people, modifying their behavior. When you take away the right to think of one's mind, you've taken all their civil rights away. And I've told about my being kidnapped. I found out after I ran in this political campaign and was flown out to Mr. Flint's. They killed his attorney, by the way. Did I say that? I also put him in a wheelchair. So I found out about my kidnapping and being brought over here from England. My mother was an American, but they had nothing to do with it. My father, it's who my father is, what they did, the Americans did to him, and part of my own family. They brought me to this hellhole here, Moulton, Alabama, and this is a glossed-over picture. They brought me here in 41 at age 2, and they did every inconceivable crime against me from there on the rest of my life. I'm 76 years old, and I'm allergic to chemicals. I've put all this on YouTube and Facebook because part of it involves me reaching out and praying somebody help me in my country, and told the truth about all this. And I found out that the Americans don't give a damn. And so long as they can live good and party, and remember the old song, what was that song about? Well, I can't even think of it right now. I'm so sick. They talk about God, and I have to wonder. I'd really have to wonder what he has to say about all this, because I can't believe that he's totally crazy, you know. He's got to see what they do. If anybody bothers their way of life, they're supposed to be living good. They just send somebody, call them a terrorist, and go into another country and use my country to do it against my will, and I'm sure theirs, and call them terrorists. You know who the terrorists are. I had nobody filming what happened to me all my life that I know of, showing videos. Heck, the WDBJ7 is 2 blocks up from me. I got run from this place to that place. I'm allergic to chemicals. They use that on me. The inflammation is torn into my body throughout the years to where my body organs are, what do you want to say, depleted? But I think tonight, I've told everybody, I went to social media, I did everything telling it. The law doesn't work for me. And today in telling about the mind control murders, I told about the North Charleston, and the Mr. Scott that was killed, and the policeman that will be in jail for the rest of his life if the truth isn't told, so his life's over. And I remember the FBI agent in Atlanta, after I'd done the book and tried to get it published, yawning and pretending to be bored and saying, you know what people do with what you're telling them? You bore them. It's only when they find out how to fix them that they care. Well, what went on here, it just culminates. Every penny I can get my hand on, you can't tell it. I've been fumigated like an insect or an animal. And everybody, I've had people tell me around here, everybody knows you're allergic to chemicals. It makes my immune system attack itself. And sick is what it does to me. Now, I can't tell all the other things they've done, but I'm going to say, and I'm a joke to them. But today, I moved in here. Same thing had happened to me at the other places, and I'm just bounced from one place to the other. Then I run out of money, and I go out to the National Forest and try to put up a tent. Well, they come out there, and they soak me in formaldehyde. And, oh, yeah, everybody around here knows it. And I'm going to quote the Virginia State Trooper and said, "This is how we run you." And I've put his name up in the past. I won't put it up now. He said, "We're above the law. Americans are above the law." And you better believe they are. I just hope, since they all say, most of them say they believe in God, that they're not above God. That's all that's left for me. I mean, you can't show it on a camera. What they've used to beat me with, you can't show in a video like they just did of the policeman in North Charleston, South Carolina. But they beat me every breath I've taken. Now then, I'm going to bring it back to here today. When I came over here, I actually paid 2 nights on the 7th of this month. And I was so sick from the fumes. I'm talking about toxic fumes used on me, that I left that place and paid a cab and come to this one. And this one is also supposed to be a pretty good, it's an extended stay. And I paid $500. I laid out. I was just sick. I couldn't stand it. So I stayed here a day like everybody else, and I'm so sick I can't. Every place else, and they start in again. So anyway, I'm going to tell you what the man said this afternoon. They suddenly moved somebody into me. I've been in beside me. So what I wanted to say too, let me back up, is I paid 2 nights in one night when I moved from the other place and paid for it and had to pay again here. And so now it's a week later, and the fumes and everything started so bad that I really get concerned about brain damage, how much brain cells it's done. I'm going to tell you what, I got on the phone and I called, and real quick the girl said, the manager, I believe she said manager, standing right here in the maintenance. And before I could put the phone down almost, I had my door open. They were standing in my room. It was a real tall black man and the maintenance guy. Well, in essence, he told me that I would be leaving. I haven't done anything but pay my rent. I'm 76 years old. I can hardly walk now from it all. And so he left, and I was walk outside, and I was telling him, well, I'll need to stay another week. I was going to go, but I didn't explain, well, it's raining, and I can't go camp, and all my money's gone now from moving about. And I'll leave it as this. Suddenly they'd moved in somebody next door to me. There had been no one there, big, tall fella. Seemed to be nice. And he said something about, you need some help. He was just standing there. And so I mentioned what had just happened, and he already knew. He said, and they make you out to be the crazy one. Well, he had to have known about me, because that's exactly what has been done. I went around also, and I'm going to mention this here, and I haven't made anything up. I've told the gospel truth. I told about the MindControl murders, and the ones I told about were done in patterns and can be proven. The Virginia Tech, and I could go on and on. But one of them is Robin Williams, that played Mort from Ork, and the crazy ones. Now then, people don't like to hear you, they get uncomfortable if they think their American dream is going to be under attack. They can't go on living it. And so telling about the MK Ultra and the federal people, the agencies involved in this, makes them uncomfortable, and they really kill the messenger, and that's me. So it wasn't just the fumes that were let loose in here that knocked me out and made me so sick and my lungs hurt, but it was like all-out war in here. It was like, I know what the girl said when I called down and the manager run up here. She said something about, we're going to have to find a way to block that side off. Well, I don't know if they brought people in and had them it's like the walls were coming down in here, and that's not normal. I mean, this is supposed to be, I told you what I paid.